Hello and welcome to City Beat, your central source of news and information for the city of Rocky Mount. I'm your host, Tamika Keenan-Norman, Public Affairs Manager for the city, and today's show is all about blood drives and blood donation. But of course, first we're going to speak with Ellen West, Senior Account Manager for the American Red Cross, and she's going to give us all the details about blood drives and blood donation. Hi, Ellen, and welcome to the show today.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, it's good to have you here.
Thanks
and
for
I think
asking.
I got your title right, Senior Account Manager, correct?
You got it.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about what you do in that role with the American Red Cross.
What I do is I'm the first phase of the organization, donor recruitment.
Okay.
In that folks who are interested in hosting a blood drive, I coordinate the blood drives with them. My primary purpose is to educate and raise awareness about the need to donate blood. So we're based out of Greenville, Eastern North Carolina, collections are. So I'm one of 7 account managers who cover the Eastern North Carolina territory. And specifically, I schedule the blood drives for Nash County, Edgecombe County, and Duplin County. And as a senior account manager, I cover other territories when folks are out and help train other account managers.
Well, you have a huge territory. I'm from Duplin County. I'm from
you're
Wallace.
kidding.
Yeah, when you
That is
said that,
wild.
I'm like, wow, okay.
Yes, and it's been real interesting. I started working in Duplin County about 1.5 years ago, and I'm loving it. You know, it's the 4th largest county in North Carolina.
I didn't realize that.
Very, very large. Takes a while to get around it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, I do want to focus, like I said, on blood drives today, but I didn't realize until I visited your website that there are so many things that the American Red Cross does. You have 5 key service areas. Tell me a little bit about those.
Yes, whereas I am blood services only, we're of course one Red Cross, and chapter side responsibilities, disaster services, service to armed forces, safety, health and safety systems, first aid courses, and of course any type community services in general. You know, anytime there's trouble, you'll see on the news Red Cross or first responders.
That is true.
Very happy to be a part of the organization.
And like I said, I wanted folks to know about that because I think folks only think about a couple of those service areas when they think about the American Red Cross. But back to blood donation, how much blood do you think you get on an average annual basis, or can you even calculate that?
Well, we certainly can. Basically, in Eastern North Carolina, we have a target goal to collect about 375 units of blood each day. And in the Mid-Atlantic region, we have a target goal to collect about, in round numbers, 650 units a day. So in Eastern North Carolina, we have 7 trucks, 2 bloodmobiles, and a group of staff that's available to go out. And we have blood drives 7 days a week.
And I would imagine if there is a shortage, you do an extra push for maybe even more. I don't know how you could do more, though. You already do 7 days a week, but maybe more promotion, what?
Well, efficiency is a key word.
Okay.
And certainly even with the economic situations for all industries, I think that efficiency is real important. And what that means specifically is when someone hosts a blood drive, I'm there to help them however I can with recruitment ideas to ensure that the collection goal they've set, that they're successful. Because real simply, you'll have a list of, you know, our primary mission is to provide a safe and adequate blood supply to the hospital patients when they need it. And so basically we have a list of needs from the hospitals based on history, and then we have a list of the blood drives scheduled. And so because of that, if a group has a collection goal to collect 30 units and they only collect 10, that means we're going to have, that means it was inefficient in that it cost a lot, and it means that those blood products are not going to be there possibly when the hospital patients need them. So it's very important when you host a blood drive that you come close to the collection goal.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And we host a lot of blood drives here with the city of Rocky Mount. Wanda Alford in our human resources department is very key. Pam Casey, I'm sure you know her, our city clerk. What's the partnership like with the city of Rocky Mount? What is your role in that? I know from our perspective, Wanda does a lot of organizing for these blood drives. We do them every so many days. What's your role in that?
Well, first of all, thank you to the City of Rocky Mount, because you are a star sponsor. You know, folks are eligible to donate blood every 56 days, or basically every 2 months. And you have 5 blood drives per year, and you do collect. You're one of the top 5 sites in Nash County, and actually one of the most consistent in Eastern North Carolina. So excellent job. Wanda and Pam are just a delight to work with, and Wanda actually has been a part of the Nash Blood Committee, not just working with the city blood drives, but the Nash Blood Committee for over 25 years. So she has a passion for blood services and is a very educated sponsor. You have a bloodhound team, I call them, or a group of focused individuals for the City of Rocky Mount who focus on getting the word out, and that's one of the key sources, I'm certain, for the reason that you have successful blood drives, because those several people representing different departments and spreading the word do a good job. And they always, one of them visits always the blood drive, talks to your donors, see what's going on, have a lot of fun incentives from time to time. You probably remember some of the Sundays, you know, for the break area in the summertime, and just keep it exciting. Recognition of your donors, because you've got some donors for the City of Rocky Mount that are just very, very dedicated, and many who have donated 20 gallons of blood.
Back to, if I want to be a donor, what are some eligibility requirements for me? What do I need to know?
The basic requirements to donate blood is age 16, and 16-year-olds have to have parental consent. 17 and above, of course, do not. There is no age limit. It's based on your health, and to weigh 110 pounds. Now, for high school students, truly any teenager up to age 19, there's also graduated height and weight charts for them. And typically, no males are affected, just petite females need to wait till they're 19 and 110 pounds. We want to make certain that your first time donation especially is a good one, so that you will come back and help us again, because we are constantly in critical need.
What should we do the night before?
Well, even a few days before, particularly females, you would need to make sure, Tamika, that you start eating more iron-rich foods. That's the #1 reason for deferral at blood drives, is females whose hemoglobin is too low. So those iron-rich foods are greens, grits, whole grains. Even watermelon and berries are high in hemoglobin.
I don't have a problem with eating that, by the way.
There you go. And if you really want to do it right, you know, liver and red meat has a lot of red meat. So, and I've even had some dedicated blood donors who want to make certain that they're eligible, you know, 6 times a year, who's taken iron pills a few days before the blood drive. But sometimes that's typically not necessary. And then all donors, male and female, need to drink extra water. The average adult has 10 to 12 pints of blood in your body, and when you donate, you're donating almost a pint. And that's why prior to donating, and then a part of the process is refreshments, because your body replenishes that blood you donate within 24 to 48 hours.
Okay. And I've always wondered, you know, I've given blood before, you give blood, and then you wonder what happens to it. So once you do that, what's the next steps until it gets to, I guess, the hospitals or for distribution?
Yeah. Well, first of all, the time cycle from the time you donate until it's typically on the shelf ready to go to a hospital is 3 days. And during those 3 days, you may notice as a donor, we're highly computerized electronically. Your test tubes go to the National Testing Lab in Charlotte. They do test the majority of the nation's blood supply. Your blood bags actually are temperature sensitive, and they go to Norfolk, Virginia. And when they electronically communicate that your tests have been performed and that your blood is safe to provide to a hospital patient, then your blood is divided into 3 products. Because the hospital does not ask for whole blood, they request red blood cells, platelets, and plasma is what Red Cross blood supplies.
Okay.
So 3 days, and that's what happens.
Okay, all that in 3 days. Let me ask you this too. Once you screen the blood, is there a way to contact that person if there was something wrong, for instance?
Absolutely. Again, that goes back to us being, it's very important. We have everyone's social security number, address, phone number, and we maintain those records because throughout the process it's important. Should a blood recipient have a reaction or anything with that, we know exactly where that blood came from. So throughout the process, and also along that line, in the case when your blood's tested, if we do find something that's abnormal, then we will contact you. Confidentially, if it's something significant, or and just suggest that you do a follow-up with your doctor.
Okay. And you may have told me, but how long have you been with the American Red Cross?
13 years.
13 years. So I'm sure you've run into a lot of folks. Do you have any success stories? Because I know this impacts a lot of lives. You don't have to say any names or anything, but folks who really have benefited from this, or folks who've decided, hey, we're going to continue to give blood. We're going to continue to come here. What, once a month you said, or every other month? How many days did you mention?
Every 2 months you're eligible to donate.
Every 2 months when we're eligible to
absolutely.
donate, we will.
I just actually have a multitude of people and faces that come through my mind because we actually will host blood drive in honor of or in memory of folks.
Okay.
And I will toss out the name Albert Boone has been again on the National Blood Committee. You know Boone, Allen, and Ricks. Albert has been on the blood committee again for over 25 years. A very passionate donor. Plus he coordinates the blood drive at his church, Sunset Avenue Baptist. And what Albert says that during his illness, and he received blood products, real simply, if the blood hadn't been there when he needed it, then he would not be with us, Another Nash County person who really comes to mind is I met the family of Chris Howell and Christine Howell and their daughter Meredith when she was in high school at Faith Christian. She's in college now, used over 100 units of blood. And the greater user of blood products is typically leukemia and cancer patients. They use a lot of platelets and red blood cells. So most of the trauma, you certainly, I know summer before last, probably most folks in Nash County heard about Bob Taylor, who was welding a tire. He was airlifted to Vidant Pit, and he used over 100 units of blood. But that's a lot of blood. We typically collect, like at the City of Rocky Mount, 50 to 55 units. And to imagine all the work that goes into it, all the donors, and you think about one patient who requires that blood. But the good news, like Meredith Howell in college, she was playing soccer before she graduated from high school. So that's what keeps me motivated is the stories and the people, who share. Because when you donate blood, you are truly making a difference. You're saving someone's life.
So how can other folks make a difference, like folks here at the City of Rocky Mount, which I didn't know we were that involved and had that many blood drives throughout the year. But how can people become a volunteer or host a blood drive?
Well, if you're interested in hosting a blood drive, the very first step is to talk to your friends and family, your church group, your community group. I often say it takes a village to get the blood products to the hospital. Start a sign-up list, and then look at that list of names to determine their schedules. Because again, since we do blood drives 7 days a week, you determine the day of the week that you think would best work for your organization or how flexible you are. We open blood drives as early 7:30 in the morning in Nash County and run to 7 at night. You have to determine if you think a minimum of 4 hours or a maximum of 6 hours would work. And of course, to contact me if you're interested. You can go, if you're interested in donating blood, all our blood drives are listed at www.redcrossblood.org. And in addition to that, you can find recruitment information if you want to learn more about blood donations, or you can also fill out a form saying that you're interested in hosting a blood drive and would someone please call you, leave your contact information, and then those electronically go to the account manager in your area.
That's good.
For us to follow up. Okay. So I try real hard to cover geographically because often people donate when it's convenient for them, the hours and the location.
Okay, and if folks need some other locations, because I'm sure you have them posted somewhere for June, the rest of the summer, et cetera, where can they go? Can they go to that same website?
Yes,
Okay.
www.redcrossblood.org. Plus, I send the listing of the open to public blood drives to the newspaper and the Rocky
Okay.
Mount Telegram, and also cable TV. They do an awesome job of hosting the blood drives, running the current blood drives in the paper. You can also call the 800 number, and you can make an appointment online if you want to make an appointment at a blood drive at that same website, make an online donor appointment, or call the 800 Red Cross number also to make an online appointment. So you don't have to wait when you get there.
That sounds really good. Anything else you want to add, Ellen, for folks who are interested or who want to participate or just need to know more? Anything else you want to add?
Probably I just would like to share for folks who have not hosted a blood drive or haven't donated, is that it's just a wonderful feeling to know that you've donated. It doesn't cost any money. It's something everybody can do. And it's an awesome feeling to know that you've made a difference in someone's life. It's an awesome feeling because blood is something that we can only give to each other, and Red Cross provides all the blood products to National Hospital, Vidant Edgecombe, Vidant Pitt, and just to know that anytime your friends, family, or community folks need blood, that you've had a hand in helping get it there.
All right, Ellen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It has
Thanks
really
for
been a
having
pleasure.
us.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure having you on the show. Ellen West with the American Red Cross. You heard it here, so make sure you go to that website to learn some additional information.